Hey everybody, it's Greg here again with a quick video. Dryer not heating. There's two causes usually for that. There can be a whole bunch of other ones like voltage coming in and stuff like that, but I'm not too worried about that because it's almost never the case. The biggest one is the heater being blown. So this is an LG, so it actually has 3 different connectors here. It uses 2 different parts of the heater to heat higher amounts or less amounts, or this thermal fuse. It's a thermostat that blows if there's too much heat being created inside of here. So it can blow because of venting issues. It can blow because the cycling thermostat fails. So whenever I do this, I always change the cycling thermostat too, because I don't know what that cycling thermostat has been through if this guy is blown. So I'm going to show you how to test that real quick. So I just got this new meter. It's a guy that does a bunch of YouTube videos made these meters. It's EEV blog. But yeah, check out the meters because they're actually really good. And it's got temperature settings, which is nice because I can test for temperatures in dryers and stoves and stuff like that. So put your meters across the leads, and it's zero. There's nothing. It's not doing anything. So we know that this is blown. So I'm going to change that. I got a kit, actually out of Amazon. I've never used this kit, so hopefully it's a decent kit. But it includes both of these for the price that I usually pay for just one of these. So we'll see. It's probably knockoff parts, but I want to see how it handles it. And I might just keep this dryer for myself, so at least it'll not be out in the world and I'll be able to test it. Put it through its paces, I guess. So this is the cycling thermostat. These are tough to test. At room temperature, it can test fine, but at different varied temperatures, it can fail. And that's almost impossible to do. You can't really have the heater and everything running and be able to test that thermostat quickly at different temperatures. So I always just replace it. It's easier to do it that way. And they're not really that expensive at all. So we may as well just get new parts into this, and that'll be it. So there's just 2 screws holding these thermostats on. Usually I test the new thermostat that's going in also, just because you never know whether you got a crappy part or who knows. Anything can happen from factory or wherever the heck these are made. So yeah, it's just 2 little screws, 2 wires. This guy has 3 wires and 2 screws holding it on. So I'll change those out, and yeah, we'll be good to go for heat. I've already tested the heater and everything's good there. It's just this thermostat that decided to blow up. Okay, so just change those out. Now I want to hook these wires back up and try to put the wires back on where they came off. Sometimes it doesn't matter, sometimes it does. So I'd rather just know for sure that they're going back on the way they came off, because if all of a sudden you put everything back together and it doesn't work, at least you know that you did everything right. So yeah, now we can put this dryer back together, and it's going to work. Okay, so the dryer's back together, just like magic. And just plug it in here. Everything, all the wires are all hooked up, and everything's back together now. So turn it on. I usually put it on, usually a timed dry cycle. So I'll just put it on 40 minutes and we'll start this up. Time dry cycle is going to be high heat. That's the only reason I use it. And it's not going to kick me out because there's no sensors used for this one. So let's see let it run for, there's going to be a couple checks we want to make. I'll make sure that it heats fine. I'll have to put a bunch of towels in it and make sure it actually dries the towels and stuff like that. But I always check it about a minute or so in, just to see that it is making heat, which it is. The door's kind of funny. But I'll also check it in a couple minutes and just make sure it's still heating. And then we'll start testing it with clothes and stuff like that. Okay, so we're back again. Just gonna check it. It's been running for a couple minutes and it's nice and hot. So we're gonna have to clean it up, test it with a bunch of towels and things like that. Some bulkier stuff that's a little tougher to dry. But after that, we're good to go. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.